Creeps and Cretins, I'm Master Seth.
And I'm Mistress Dandeli.
And here's what's coming up next on Movies from the Madhouse.
Teaserama is coming to this theater soon. Teaserama stars voluptuous Tempest Storm, that lovely hurricane of delight. Teaserama is an all-new full-length feature film that's entertaining and colorful. Seeing is believing, so see for yourself why Tempest Storm is the biggest attraction in burlesque today. So big, we had to use widescreen to film Teaserama. Teaserama is a complete, all-new burlesque show filmed in beautiful new Eastman color. A $4 show for the price of a movie ticket. Teaserama features the world's most beautiful, exotic girls who strip to please. Exotic Trudy Wayne, burlesque's body beautiful. Bettie Page, the nation's top pinup queen. And buxom Terry Knight, strip act. See famed female impersonator Vicki Lynn's sexy novelty dance. Is it really male or female? See the humorous burlesque comedians Joey Ross and Dave Starr with their gags and funny blackout skits. Teaserama is a daring riot of color, music, and laughs. See the gorgeous striptease queens in action as they display their charms. Tempest Storm is the girl with a 40-plus bust who goes 3D to better. Tempest Storm in her boudoir is every man's dream girl. There's sexy seconds to every minute in Teaserama. See the daring display of torsos in Teaserama as the dancers strip to please. See Bettie Page's dozen changes of scanty costumes. Don't fail to see Teaserama, which is coming to this theater soon. Watch for it.
Welcome back to the Madhouse. I'm Master Seth, the Master of Ceremonies.
And I'm Mistress Dandelion, your Queen of Grief.
And you seem to have fucked up somewhere and found yourself back in the Madhouse. So here we are. Succumb to our will. Watch what we'd like you to look at.
Yes.
Tonight's movie, I am actually not gonna be the loudmouth that I normally am. Tonight, we are delving much more into Mistress Dandelion's territory.
It's one of my favorites.
So I think she's probably gonna do most of the talking tonight.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, you never can tell.
Never can tell.
I
You are
can get
very
a thing on my head and
hypnotizing and such.
annoying. Yes. You'll see. At the end of the movie, email us at moviesfromthemadhouse@gmail.com and tell me if I'm annoying or if I'm not. Until then. So what are we watching tonight, Dandelion?
We are watching Teaserama.
Bettie Page, Tempest Storm.
Ooh.
I've actually never seen this film. I've only seen the trailer.
Oh, it's so fun.
Have you seen the whole thing?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've seen
Okay,
the whole
good.
thing
I never have.
many times, and it's like super variety show. There's a little bit of everything. There's Bettie Page, and she corsets Tempest Storm. Anyway, that's to come.
I'm wearing a Bettie Page shirt, but you wouldn't be able to tell. But I was
She
thinking
kinda
about it.
looks like zombie Bettie Page in there.
I'm thinking about introducing a new segment on our show.
Oh, what do you think?
I'm saving it for later.
Ooh, saving it. It's gonna be a surprise.
It is.
I love surprises. I do. I don't know about you. I have friends that hate surprises, but I do. I love them. I love surprises. So.
Well, here's hoping that the movie brings some surprises.
Oh yeah, it's fabulous. This is one of my ultimate favorites, and one reason why I started doing burlesque in the first place. Mm-hmm.
Want to get to it?
Yeah, let's get to it.
Teaserama
Oh yes, Teaserama.
on movies from the Madhouse.
My name is Dave Starr. You know, I feel miserable this afternoon. Last night I dreamt I was locked up in a room with 1,000 beautiful blondes and 1,000 beautiful brunettes. Then I dreamt I was a woman. But I want you to know I come from a very honest family. Everybody in my family is honest except my brother. He's so honest he finds things before they're lost. He was up the river so many times they called him Showboat. In fact, he did 30 days so often they decided to name a month after him. My brother. He studied for a doctor once. The doctor was too busy to study for himself. Then my brother became an ND, a mental deficient. What a doctor he was. He treated a guy 5 years for yellow jaundice before he found out the guy was a Chinaman. Well, they finally took his license away because he committed an illegal operation. He opened up a guy's head with a beer bottle.
Why, Dave, stop.
Hey,
How
Joey Ross.
How you been?
Wait, come on, hurry up and do that song of yours and we'll get out of
Oh,
here.
no, I'm sorry, I can't do that song today. I got a headache.
You got a headache?
Uh-huh.
Well, man, why don't you do what I do when I get a headache?
Why, what do you do?
Well, I go home, I take my wife, she lies down on the sofa.
Uh-huh.
I lie down alongside of her.
Uh-huh.
I rest my head on her shoulder just like this.
Oh, yes.
She kisses me a few times,
Uh-huh.
and my headache disappears just like magic. Why don't you try it sometime?
Gee, I think I will. What time will your wife be home?
Oh, come on, you never should.
I wish, I wish.
Yeah, she just wishes that space were big enough for a Westinghouse laundromat so she could enjoy the new way to wash. She's measuring it again, but she was right the first time. It's only 25 inches wide. Well, I have good news. She can have the new way to wash, and so can you, with the brand new Westinghouse Laundromat 25 that goes anywhere. Now, this Laundromat 25 is only 25 inches wide, and that means that it'll fit in all kinds of places where you never dreamed you could get a laundromat. And it washes a full family-size load. And just look at this. If you're really hard up for space, you can get the Laundromat 25 in this portable model. Then, when you want to wash your clothes, you just roll it right over to the sink, and when you're through, roll it back again. And for that modern, streamlined kitchen, that dream kitchen with built-in appliances, well, you can get this under-the-counter model right here. In fact, that's the one I have in my home. And this Laundromat 25 is fully automatic. Your clothes are flushed in hot, sudsy water. Lifted, turned, tumbled 64 times a minute. All your clothes come out beautifully, uniformly clean with the Westinghouse new way to wash. What's more, this Laundromat 25 uses less water than any other automatic washer. So you save on water and you save soap, too. And here's real proof of quality. The entire Power Pack drive is guaranteed for 5 years. All this for only $1.99 a week after a small down payment. So watch for this new Laundromat 25 at your Westinghouse dealer. Remember, it makes the new way to wash available to every home and apartment. Oh, by the way, famous Westinghouse laundromats and dryers are among the more than 1,100 prizes in the big Ajax Cleanser Contest. Get your entry blank at your grocer tomorrow. The first prize is a complete Westinghouse electric kitchen. And remember, you can be sure if it's Westinghouse.
The day of the Triffids, when terror rained from the sky. The day of the Triffids, when the Earth orbits into a nightmare. When the solid world of everyday reality disintegrates. And the whole population is driven by fear towards insanity. The day of the Triffids, when destruction closes in from every side.
Pilot, is he blind too?
It's going to be starvation, fire, pestilence. Anyone caught in the middle of it doesn't stand a chance. I think we ought to get out of here and go on to Spain.
How can you know it's any better there?
I don't.
Doesn't seem to have any central nervous system.
Then how does it move?
All plants move. They don't usually pull themselves out of the ground and chase you.
You have never been married?
No.
Why?
Guess I've never been in one spot long enough to get caught.
And now you are saddled with a family.
It might have its points.
The day of the Triffids, when law and order are overwhelmed in an avalanche of terror.
Wow, that Twinnie Wallen, that was crazy. That's who we just saw at the very tail end of that.
The birth of breakdancing.
Oh my God, that
Was it not?
crazy? What she did with her head at the end, what?
That was way cool.
Yeah, that was amazing. I love this movie. I hope you're liking it too.
This is a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
Before we continue, you know, I mean, I might have mentioned before, it can't be horror movies all the time, and there was something I was thinking about earlier. Was I think I feel okay watching something like Teaserama on our show, and you know we've mostly catered to horror movies, sci-fi movies, these sorts of things. We did do a giallo movie once,
Yes.
but I think one of the things, having been into horror films for as long as I have, and exploitation films and all the other ones, but horror's always been my big deal. I think the horror community can appreciate something like this better than some other communities can.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, if we were predominantly showing old westerns, and then we busted in with an episode where we're like, we're gonna break the mold a little bit, and and watch I Drink Your Blood, I think a lot of our audience would be like, no, I don't want to watch I Drink Your Blood. I do not want to look at that. If we were primarily doing striptease films, and we decided we were going to show something like Mutant, our audience might be like, no, I do not want to watch Mutant.
Yes,
at all.
You're right. You're right.
However, the people that are used to our shows, I think we could throw on a striptease movie, or an old western, or an old kung fu movie, and they would say, yes, I'm very much excited.
Yes, I think so
to watch this shit.
Yeah, I think so too.
So anyway, yeah, Movies from the Madhouse isn't just a horror show. I mean, we say that it's not a horror show. We say it's a horror sci-fi cult exploitation show. But we show mostly horror movies. They're the easiest to find. They're the ones that we've seen the most of. But yeah, we gotta change it up once in a while. Hence, Teaserama.
And this is so much fun. So much fun.
Now, you have some Tempest Storm stories. Would you like to go into those now, or you want to wait for the next break?
I will.
Do you want to see a little more Tempest before we...
I want to see a little bit more of some Teaserama. And then I'll tell you my Tempest Storm story.
Okay.
Ooh, I have a little Betty story as well. I have some neat things to show off at the next break.
Show and tell.
Yes! Ain't dandy show and tell.
And coming up later in the episode, we introduce a brand new segment. Speaking of Bettie Page, we introduce a brand new segment to the show for when we need to pad out time when the movie's only an hour long.
Yes.
But until then, back to Teaserama on Movies from the Madhouse.
Hi, honey.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, trouble with my husband again. He's so cheap, if he doesn't give me some money to buy some new clothes, I'm just gonna leave him.
Your husband? Why, my husband's the cheapest thing on 2 feet.
But I've got a plan. If he doesn't give me any money today, I think I'm gonna walk right past the pool room without a stitch of clothing on.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I've got news. If it works for you, I'm gonna do the exact same thing.
Here he comes now.
Hello, baby darling.
Don't you call me baby darling, you cheap thing.
Honey, why should you say I'm cheap? I just happen to have an impediment in my reach. Money. That's the last thing I think about before going to bed every night.
Well, I've got news for you. If you don't give me some money right now to buy some new clothes, I'm going to walk right past the pool room without a stitch of clothing on.
Honey, you mean to tell me that you'd walk right past
I would.
Without a stitch and shame me in front of all my friends?
I would.
Well, bet you would at that. Well, I just happen to have a few bucks with me, honey. So, let me see. All right. I just cashed my relief check, see? 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. What's this $5 bill doing here? See? Now, what do you do with my loot? She took it. Well, how about giving me a kiss now to seal the bargain? You call that a kiss?
You call yourself a bargain?
How do you like a thing like that? You imagine everything happens to me.
I told you, pay off.
Well, that's it. Oh, wait till I get my husband now.
Hey, hello, doll. How are you?
You're late.
I'm sorry I'm late. I had an automobile accident.
An automobile accident?
Yeah, I fell out of the patrol wagon.
Oh, stop those bum jokes, you cheapskate, you.
Oh, don't call me a cheapskate. I'm not cheap. You know I go out. That's one thing about me. I don't care what I do with my money as long as I don't spend it.
Oh, yeah?
And you know what I'm really doing, see? I'm putting away enough money for a rainy day.
Oh, yeah? Well, how much have you saved?
Well, I'll tell you the truth. If it ever rains 2 days in a row, I'm broke.
Broke? You're not broke. You just don't want to give me any money to spend on clothes, that's all. Why, do you know that if you don't give me any money, why, I'm gonna go past that pool room where all your friends seem to congregate and walk there undressed.
You gonna walk by the pool in front of all my friends undressed?
That's right.
Is that what you're gonna do in front of all my friends?
Certainly.
Well, when you pass the post office, here, mail this letter.
once again, folks.
Hey, Dave, how you been?
Hey, Joe, where you been? I've been looking for you. How you been? I've been looking for you.
Oh, I've been in Paris.
You've been in Paris?
Oh, land of romance.
How about
If
that?
a man has 3 girls, he's called an orchid.
In Paris?
That's right. And if he walks down the street with 2 girls, he's called a daisy.
A daisy.
Uh-huh. And if he walks down the street with 1 girl, he's called a rose.
A rose. How about that?
Say, how do you rate?
Shake hands with a stinkweed.
Stinkweed.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't know. What do you have to do to get a girl around here? I can't get myself arrested.
Well,
I can't
I'm
get a girl.
surprised. I understand that there's 8 girls to every fellow in this neighborhood.
Well, then I got news for you. See, there must be somebody running around here with 16, because I ain't even got one.
Well, around here, you gotta have it.
Well, I got that.
What's that?
That's it.
Well, you came to the right party.
Yeah?
You see, I have a certain magic perfume that goes all the way from Paris.
Magic perfume.
That's right. I put it on this handkerchief. Now, all I have to do is waft this handkerchief under young lady's
You
nose.
waft it under?
That's right. Say a few magic words of French, and the girl immediately will fall in love with you.
Oh, Joe, you josh me. You know that. You know.
No,
I don't believe that. No, I never believe
Here
anything
comes
like
young
that.
lady now.
Magic perfume.
A young lady's coming along, and I'll show you that this works.
How about that?
Is
She
she
is.
cute?
Yeah, that's nice.
I'll show you how this works.
Why, what a wonderful perfume.
On se sautait la vie, on tossait le soir, et le mink coat.
Wakes. Hey, give me that handkerchief.
Give it to you, I'll sell it to you.
You sell it to me. How much?
$50.
$50. That's a lot of money to blow in. I'll give you $1.
I'll take it.
You take it. All right, give me. I owe you $1. Right, now all I gotta do is waft it under.
That's right.
Waft it under a rhyming chamois. Icho, mijo, pejo.
Oh, I want you to make my spine tingle. Make me feel good. Make me feel great all over.
Lady, you don't want a man. What you need is a masseur. How about that?
Hey, you're doing all right.
I'm doing all right.
Keep going.
La tulle, Roger, la coulée de pâte, and a skunk jacket.
Darling.
Hankies, smells. Who needs them? I got my own odors. Hey.
Gee, honey, married a whole month. And I didn't know you could bake like this. You win the gold medal. You're an expert.
Next to I love you, I think the nicest words are, you're an expert. And I say with all sincerity to every woman, you can get expert results with everything you bake.
That's what every woman wants, Betty Crocker.
Indeed it is, Win. Just keep in mind that flour is your most important ingredient.
And keep this in mind, too. Gold Medal kitchen-tested flour is the key to expert results for millions of women.
And remember that this friendly flour has been tested and proved to be entirely dependable, not only in our kitchens, but in homes just like yours. So why don't you bake a cake this very day?
And then see if you don't hear these complimentary words.
You win the gold medal. You're an expert.
And here's a reminder about the great Gold Medal Diamond Jubilee Sweepstakes. So easy, such fun, and such a generous array of prizes. Over 10,000 of them. You may win both dollars and diamonds. Yes, you may acquire a splendid $1,000 art-carved diamond ring. And without doing anything else, you may carry off the grand cash prize of $25,000. Clip an entry blank from a current Gold Medal ad. But do it today.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the ugliest of them all? Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
Devil woman.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the most terrifying of them all?
The Countess Dracula.
It's beautiful. Beautiful. Have I changed so much?
As a flower changes from bud to bloom, past recognition.
There once was a countess young and fair, with tender skin and flaxen hair. Oh, countess, how do you keep your looks? What secrets in these ancient books?
The book!
What book?
The chapter on blood sacrifices.
Please help me. I don't know what's happened to me.
Say it, lovely. Say it.
Yes. Yes, I love you. Yes.
Don't you realize that you get uglier each time you get old? And you can't go on killing forever?
Why not?
That woman embodies all the virtues. Mistress, friend, and mother in one. Does such a woman exist? You know she does.
Do your lovers know how you cling to youth? Dare you tell them the dreadful truth? These walls could tell, but cannot speak of the sudden cry, the muffled shriek.
Dobie,
Where is she?
look at me, Dobie. Look at me.
And what will your daughter say? She arrives tomorrow, and she'll find you as young as she is.
Hold me.
No. Blood. Whose blood?
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the most terrifying of them all?
The Countess Dracula.
Have I changed so much?
I don't know what's happened to me.
Blood. Whose blood?
Devil woman.
You know what seems to be missing from a lot of burlesque you see nowadays? That wasn't missing from this old shit?
Tell me.
Comedy.
Oh, yeah.
There was comedy, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm talking about that blonde girl's face. Bazoo!
Oh.
No, I'm kidding. I'm not a comedian. Even a shitty one. But no, what was that? What was that? What was the...
I don't know. I don't know what she was doing.
It was
Are you
fucking
talking about
weird.
that with her mouth? Like
Yeah,
just,
with
like,
her mouth.
Like sort of talking. Yeah, they overlaid music over on top.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
like- yeah.
And it was weird.
Yep. This is, you know, I love Betty. I love Betty. But Betty is not the best burlesque dancer. And not to talk shit about Bettie Page, because she is very important to me and I love her.
We love Betty.
Yeah, we do.
But some people work better in motion and some people work better still.
Yeah, she's
And I think Betty's an example.
Really an example. She's one of the greatest pinup models ever in time ever. What she can do, not many people can. And I don't know. I feel like she's definitely a better model.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, it was different then, I think. I think that the whole burlesque thing was very different.
Well, it was. And part of it was, you know, part of your sex appeal could just be that you were willing to be scantily clad or nude in front of people, you know. It wasn't as common of a thing as it is in today's world.
Oh,
know,
definitely
by
not.
any means.
Yeah,
you know.
definitely not. And I think that throughout history, burlesque, in all of its phases, has opened people up to, you know, to some wild art forms that way.
Mm-hmm.
I love a lot of the other performers in this, like the silly comedians and that the drag queen. I just love, just so good. Yeah, there's good stuff to come for sure. I am stammering.
So should I tell that story?
Yeah, what story?
So I was on tour once back in the old band I was in, and we were staying. We were in Central or Southern California, and a friend of ours who lived here in Oregon, but he had come from California. His mom lived in California, and he set it up with her so that we could stay at her house for the night. And we go with her, and we're all in the living room. She goes to bed. We're having a few beers and shit, you know. And we're watching some of these old burlesque clips, you know. Somebody found them on the TV. And we're watching these, and you know, And this old man comes out. This old Japanese man. He comes out of a bedroom and looks at us all. You know? And our bass player, Zach, he just says, you know, he says hi or some shit. I don't remember exactly what he said. The old man just stood there, maybe a good minute and a half, 2 minutes, and and then just turns around and goes to bed. And it really weirded us out. And eventually we went to sleep. And the next morning we get up and there's like a younger Mexican woman, or a younger Japanese woman and her child, you know. And it turns out this family lives there, and my friend's mom that lives there is a live-in like housekeeper. And we did not know that when we stayed there.
You don't even know where you're staying, and that it's someone else's house completely.
Yeah, it was really strange. Apparently they had been known about it, but I think Grandpa was a little not right with it, you know, and he didn't quite make sense of what was happening. But what I took away from that night was when Zach, the bass player, said, we were watching these movies, and he said, "It's like watching your aunties dance." And I never forgot that. And now I think about it when I see like Tempest Storm is hot as hell, but I think of it as like watching an auntie dance. You know?
Just a pretty hot auntie.
Well, you know, everybody wants a hot auntie.
Super hot auntie. So what I'm saying, there's ruckus happening.
I know, I think there are cats knocking shit off of the walls over there. So we're going to get back to Teaserama. Vicky Lynn is coming up. That's what I saw. Betty's about to come out with a sign that says Vicky Lynn.
Excellent,
so
excellent.
We'll see how she does.
Yeah.
And we'll see you again in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Teaserama. But?
Well.
Huh?
Next time I'll tell you my stories.
All right. And a brand new segment.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. New segment. All right. Let's go. Teaserama. Movies from the Madhouse.
Come inside the most luxurious, stylish interiors in an automobile today. Inside the sparkling new 1955 DeSoto. Here's beauty and comfort at the height of fashion. DeSoto this year makes use of glamorous nylon, glistening metallic thread fibers, the softest shoemaker's leathers, weaves and patterns that spell style and luxury. Smooth, gleaming chrome sets off the interiors. Interiors, incidentally, available in over 24 color combinations. Here's the ultra-smart double cockpit effect of the brand new DeSoto instrument panel, in a class by itself for beauty. And set right on the instrument panel, the new flight control lever. Yes, inside or out, the new 1955 DeSoto will catch your eye with its up-to-the-second style and beauty. See it at your DeSoto Plymouth dealers now. DeSoto, styled for tomorrow.
Well, I really like that chunk of the movie.
I did too.
Trudy Wayne was way better than she was last time, earlier in the movie.
Yes.
She was fucking fantastic.
So great.
She was great. Bettie Page was good.
I know.
Bettie
She's
Page
so
was
cute.
good. I mean, she owned her part.
She's adorable. I mean,
she
Betty,
owned her part.
Betty is adorable.
It's hard to look at Betty objectively anymore. She's become such an icon.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, is there a such thing as rockabilly girl style without Bettie Page? Has
No.
there ever been a rockabilly girl, a quote-unquote rockabilly girl in the modern day that didn't at least once go through their Bettie Page phase, if not be stuck in it their entire life, you know?
Yeah, I kind of
So many of them did.
Yeah.
But you've done, I know you've done it.
I think I cut bangs in the late 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It was like 96
Yeah.
when I cut my bangs. That's right.
Everyone was becoming popular.
Mm-hmm. That's
All
how I
that
got
shit.
this letter when I worked at the vintage store, Nobody's Baby, and some person sent this to me, and it just said, "The Bettie Page girl, care of Nobody's Baby," which I know seems kind of creepy, but I also was thrilled. And there were stamps inside of it. These stamps are so awesome. Yeah. Stamps. We'll show you up close later. Anyway, there are these.
Ring.
And luckily, that guy didn't end up stalking me and killing me. Because, and he was just a nice customer and just sent me these awesome Bettie Page stamps.
You must have seen your pictures with me on Facebook.
Yeah, I hope so. I think those were even MySpace days. Might have been.
Those were MySpace days. Those were MySpace days.
Yeah.
Oh, those pictures. I always had a knife up on your throat and shit.
I know we do have some really fun ones.
I know.
Oh my goodness. Should I tell them my magical Tempest Storm story?
No, hold on a second. Let's talk Cherry Night.
Yeah.
Did the performance, and she was great. She was fantastic. She knew how to work a love seat.
Yeah,
That love seat.
That was great.
She loved a seat.
It was good.
She loved to love the seat.
Yeah.
And before that, we had Vicki Lynn. Now, Vicki
Yes.
Lynn, I tried to do research on, and then maybe I'm not looking in the right places. Maybe some of y'all could help me. I could not find jack shit as far as information on drag queen Vicki Lynn.
Yeah, who was amazing. So fabulous.
I mean, think about 1955.
I love that act.
Was the fact that a drag queen existed in 1955 just erased from history? Is that why I can't find information on this?
I don't know. All I know is that
Because that seems very fucking 50s to me.
Drag queens have been around so much longer than that.
Yes, but they've not been accepted.
Well, I mean, but they were part of burlesque from the very beginning. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But they may not have been as much a part of cinema.
That might be.
I mean, I want you to think about these 1955 all-American males.
Yeah.
Fucking going to the stag movie, getting that fucking boner, and then takes off that bra and the wig. Think about the emasculation for some of these guys, you know? I mean, we saw fucking Bruno and shit, you know? We know how certain people feel.
Oh, yeah.
You know? And in 1955, you were much more free to act out on this sort of rage toward the different and the things that made you ashamed, you know?
yeah, I think that the 50s was a completely weird and fucked up time for a lot of things.
Yes.
And a lot of people were just foul and disgusting. I mean, I'm been queer my whole life, so I don't know. I mean, I've seen the cruelty to my friends and my community, and yeah, it's pretty intense. And I've been a burlesque performer in this town, which is really, really welcoming in a lot of ways.
Yes.
And they're still, I mean, even with the performers that are my fellow performers here in Eugene, Oregon, I think that some people have had to deal with, you know, some really not so great things. Ultimately, though, our scene here is very welcoming. I mean, we have a great community of performers, queer performers, trans performers, drag queens, just like all the wonderful stuff, you know. But it has been around since the early beginning parts of burlesque. I just think that we're in a time where things are definitely more acceptable, which is great.
Yes. I'm just wondering what kind of a life the mysterious Vicky Lynn.
I know. We can't find out very much.
I don't know much about it. Again,
about
you can always, I'm serious, email us at moviesfromthemadhouse@gmail.com. Chris LaChris is listed in the IMDb thing, but the facts of the details on this movie are pretty fucking vague, you know. Yeah. So yeah, if any of you are these stripper movie experts, then get in touch with us. Facebook, Twitter, all that shit. Instagram, Slasher, and we would love to discuss it with you. You know, for sure. You said you had a Tempest Storm story.
I do. So, many years ago, before I really even, I've been doing burlesque for a few years. And I made a vision board thing, like a box, and I did this whole collage. And in the collage, part of it was Bettie Page, I think Betty was in that, and then Tempest Storm shows up, and it says the goddess. And she's always been one of my ultimate favorite burlesque performers of all time. Like, I love her so much. And I got the chance to not only meet her, but perform on the same stage with her at the Star Theater in Portland, Oregon. And not only that, but we got to hang out with her. So Betty and I, we got to have dinner with her and pick her up from her hotel room. And I got to hold her boa, which is so amazing. It's like this big, and it's purple, and she's just the nicest lady. She's so incredible. She's a leap year baby, and she was like 21 years old. She had just turned 21. Anyway, she was just a riot. She had stories to tell, and was really, really cool. And I got to get my picture taken with her while we were waiting. We were about to have breakfast, but then we ended up splitting from this place and just going to the airport and having breakfast there. But here's my dreams do come true picture of me and Tempest Storm. Oh, and on the way to Portland, I thought this was really cool. I remember I pulled over to get gas, and there were all these bikers. And the biker gang, they were called the Tempest Riders. And I just, magic is a big deal to me, and I feel like there's no coincidences. And that was a big deal. Like, on my way to like have my dream come true with Tempest Storm. So great. Anyway, there's my fabulous Tempest story.
Ring. Well, that sounds like a fucking blast. I remember when you were out of town doing that.
It's great.
I was here doing whatever it is I do here. But you called me and you were all excited and in tears and all that shit.
It was great.
Super fun.
absolutely one of the most memorable times of my life. She told me that like women were so different back then. The scene was really different. How lucky we are in the burlesque scene now that we really care about each other. And she was having like stick pins put in her panties and like itching powder in her. Seriously, like that's some shit. That is some shit. That's some catty ass fucking shit. And we're just, none of us are like that. We all care about each other.
And she's still alive, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She's still fucking rocking that. She's amazing. And I think she still does I think she still does appearances.
Yeah, she just hosts shows though,
Yeah,
right? She doesn't
yeah.
she doesn't dance anymore.
Yeah,
or
she's
anything.
not stripping anymore. She did give us
Which
a
isn't a
little
shame.
bit.
She's given enough of herself,
Absolutely.
in her lifetime. She doesn't need to do
Absolutely.
that anymore.
No, she gets
She's a
sure
grand
dressed
madam,
up.
a grand dame.
Yeah. And she looks amazing. She's incredible. She just such a class act. Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a fucking blast.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we're gonna get back to the movie. There was no comedy
Finish it.
in that skit,
There
in
was
that
a
segment.
Yeah.
There was just 4 dancers,
I remember,
right? in a
I
row.
mean, like, the comedy from, the 50s has got to be just, some of it's like, ugh.
I know. We're gonna get to some right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to some right now. I saw a few seconds in.
Yeah.
We're gonna go straight back into some sexist comedy, but it's okay. It's the 50s. You have excellent milkshakes, great clothes,
Fabulous music.
couple really good radio stations,
Badass cars.
all kinds of racism and sexism.
So fucked up. Everybody had to be so perfect.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Blind patriotism.
Ugh.
All right. Let's go. 1955. Teaser and apparently drag queens that disappear from existence.
Oh my god.
On the internet, nothing's supposed to disappear from existence.
Well.
So maybe I just didn't look far enough. But Vicki Lynn, we remember you.
Absolutely phenomenal.
All right. Back to Teaserama on Movies from the Madhouse.
Hello, folks. I went to the track this afternoon. I took my wife with me. She's one of the best nags I know. I don't want to say my wife is exactly fat. All I know is she bent over to tie her shoelaces, and somebody threw a saddle over her. So what happened? What happened? She came in second and paid $6.80. Marriage is like a warm bath. Once you get used to it, it's not so hot. Now you take my wife. Please. I got married for better or for worse. I couldn't do any better, and she couldn't do any worse. And she was worse than I took her for. All I accepted from her father was a 12-room house, a yacht, a Caddy convertible, and 51% of his business. After that, I was on my own. Well, I gotta go now, folks. You see, it's the kiddies' night off to go to the movies, so I gotta go home and mind the maid. I'll see you later.
really enjoyed the movie.
Good. I knew you would. I knew you would love it.
I think I've seen all of it in pieces. You know, I think I've seen the clips in various areas,
Something
but
weird
never
missing.
watched. Yeah. Something weird shorts. You know, I know I saw a few of them back in the day on Real Wild Cinema. The show Sandra Bernhardt hosted it. Kind of like a horror host show, but the movies were all chopped up.
Yeah.
Chopped down. Make you be able to watch like 3 shorts and a feature in an hour.
Yeah.
It was a super fucking fun show.
That was a cool show.
No, I love that show. Got to close out with Tempest Storm.
Yes, Tempest. I love her.
That's super fun. I'm glad we did this. I'm glad we got away from the horror for a night.
This
I mean,
was very nice.
you don't know what I put these people through that live in this house. You know, I mean, I gotta watch the horror movies all the time, all the time. And if there's something else on, I'm like, I just look at people and pout until they put something else on. I get better sometimes though. We watched Parasite the other night. That was fucking great. That was not a horror film, despite the title. We watched Once Upon a Time in Mexico the other night. I mean, it wasn't the first time any of us had seen it, but of course that was great. I love Robert Rodriguez.
Yes. Great. Parasite was great.
And Teaserama was great.
Teaserama.
I had super great fun.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed our wonderful journey into Wild 1955 burlesque.
Yep. Now, I've been talking about it. We're going to start a new segment on the show.
Oh yeah, what is it?
Well, I've got a lot of bitchin' t-shirts, and I've gotten them at a lot of different bitchin' places.
Yeah.
So we're going to start a segment called, What's That Shit on Seth's Shirt?
What's that shit on Seth's shirt?
Okay, so here we go. Are you ready?
I'm so ready. What's that shit on Seth's shirt?
Okay, so tonight... Tonight we've got... This is a Bettie Page shirt. I wore it special for this occasion.
Zombie Betty.
See, now that's a misconception. Now, I bought this shirt. I believe I bought this shirt at a store called Characters. In this would have had to be. This was at the mall at Valley River Center. This would have had to be 1998 or 1999. So the shirt's just a little over 20 years old. And Bettie Page was not a zombie when I first got the shirt. She was not. I cut the sleeves off because for some reason in that time I always bought extra large shirts. I was never an extra large person, but I always bought extra large shirts. That's just what I liked. And then later on I decided I didn't like extra large shirts, and I decided the sleeves were too long on extra large shirts, so I cut them off. But yeah, 21, 22 years, a lot of holes in it. It doesn't smell very good no matter how much I wash it, but I mean, it smells, you know, it smells old. It smells like me, you know.
She is decaying.
She's decaying.
She is.
It'll become unwearable at some point, but I always keep a shirt until it's unwearable, and you'll see this on future segments of
Oh yeah.
What's That Shit on Seth's Shirt?
It's true. It's true.
Bring.
We're so glad you could join us for this new segment of ours.
Yeah. God only knows what's going to happen next.
I know.
We could come up with all kinds of ideas.
Oh yeah.
Maybe you could come up with some ideas because you're stuck at home. I'm not. I'm still working. But you're all stuck at home. Email us at moviesfromthemadhouse at madhouse@gmail.com. All one thing. You can see it during the end credits. Also get at us on Facebook, Twitter, Slasher, Instagram, all those places. Yeah. We got a lot of episodes on YouTube, so find us, watch us, live us, breathe us. Well, don't breathe anybody, then you'll get sick. But until next time,
indeed,
whether you're cool as a corpse or you're hotter than hell, we'll see you in your nightmares. And look out for murder hornets.
A real sharp curly